Why is it that in Igala land, specifically, why do Igala people see defection as a betrayal in Kogi politics?
Yeah, that is simply because we have not grown politically. We lack that political maturity to understand what politics really is. We do not have that collective interest of the masses, because if we do, we would have known that whether Mr. A leads party A to party B, the interest is what is he bringing back to the Igala kingdom. Any leader who thinks about himself first before thinking about the people is not worthy to be called a leader. I did told you, or told our audience, that I called MURI and I advised him not to leave APC, that he should remain in APC, remain at the national level, and then get somebody. I also went ahead to also tell you that I also advised Edward to remain as the chief of staff. Insult upon insult on social media, and those who are insulting the camp of MURI, like I said on my social media handle, my Facebook handle, they were with MURI in 2023 when MURI left. They were the one that even encouraged MURI to leave APC to come and fight the Igala battle. So is it because MURI was not able to get that position that he's sick for himself or for his people? Is that why he has now turned to an instrument of insult? If you are serious with what you are looking for, advise the people that surround you to pay attention to the quality of what you are looking for. One thing we, the followers, must know is that while you are on social media writing and basking in the euphoria of your fantasy, you don't know what those political calculators are doing behind. There is this unnecessary entitlement mentality with a typical Igala person. If, for instance, you are handling MURI's media on Facebook and Twitter, you are not part of his inner caucus. If you are one of those that follow MURI to campaign in all these places they did badly, it doesn't qualify you to be one of MURI's inner caucus. If you are no longer with MURI in his movement, in his quest to go back to APC, it does not give you right to start insulting him.
Now let me ask you, is it proper for MURI at this time, as somebody who contested as governorship candidate of SDP and the strongest opposition, if not the strongest opposition in Kogi State currently, to defect, leaving your followers, your massive followers behind, and jump from your party to another at this crucial moment? But because there are people who are hanging on his own personality and popularity to contest in the forthcoming election, and now he wants to leave the party to another. All right, very good day to you. Welcome to What Now. My name is Dansofo Jr. Today we'll be looking at current issues in the Kogi politics generally. And today we have one of our regular guests on this show, Christopher Sunday, is here in the studio. Christopher, welcome to What Now.
Happy New Year to you. Good to see you.
I said it to you. Today we want to look at something very critical, as it relates to defection, political parties. We are getting to that point where people, begin to change political parties because 2027 election is very near. And so I want to tell you, ask you rather, what's your perception about, the campaign, switching political parties at this current time and moment?
It is proper, normal in a democratic setting where ideology differs.
Yeah.
For people at a point in time to decide where they think suits their interest and their ideology.
Okay.
Even in Western democracy, in a developed democracy, if at all there is any democracy that has developed, even in the Western world or in the developing countries, we've seen people defecting from one political party or to the other, either because of their interest was not met at the other political party, or they have ambition that they think they do not have the watered ground for them to achieve in the other political party. So they tend to move from where they were to where they are now. And then it is also enshrined in the constitution of Nigeria, for instance, 1999 constitution as amended, the freedom of association. That as an adult, you have the free will to change association, to either move forward or move backward, as the case may be. It is not alien to our political system here in Nigeria, where we see defection. For instance, former Vice President Atiku has defected, if not up to 7 times, now maybe 6, from one political party to another.
Okay, now coming back local, why is it that in Igala land, specifically, why do Igala people see defection as a betrayal in Kogi politics?
Yeah, that is simply because we have not grown politically. We lack that political maturity to understand what politics really is. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, I read on the Facebook where one of our brothers quoted a brother saying that Atiku's son defecting from PDP or from ADC to join APC, that is a disrespect for his father, that in their party, they do not like this kind of disobedience. And I laugh at it. And then I was forced to give examples, instances of where you see even brothers, twin, younger brother, another brother, contesting the same position from different political parties, not just in Nigeria, yeah, even in America. Yeah, we have in Kwara State, for instance, Bukola Saraki was the governor. He brought his own candidate who will succeed him. Meanwhile, his own younger sister was vying for the same governorship position, but he made sure that his sister never won the election. But at the end of it, is there anything that his sister would demand for from that governor that succeeded her brother that she won't get, apart from power that he will be maybe, and the ecstasy of the position that comes with the position of a governor? We also have what is his name, Sule Lamido and his son in different political party. David Mark today is the ADC national chairman. His daughter is the House of Rep member, so under APC.
In summary, there's nothing wrong defecting from.
There is absolutely nothing wrong. That is why
why are people taking it too personal?
That is because we lack political maturity. You see, you ask about people in the Igala land, and then you begin to ask questions. Let us go back to our political evolution as a people. As a people, our political understanding span back to just what's it called? After what's his name now? After Wada, or let me say after Ibro left office. That is when we really understood. Our eyes were open. As at the time Audu and Achema were leading the course of our political system, we do not have understanding of what politics is all about. And until today, we still don't have that understanding of how politics is played. We are only doing politics of emotion, politics of immediate reward and aggrandizement, politics of it must be me, politics of self-centeredness. We do not have that collective interest of the masses, because if we do, we would have known that whether Mr. A leads party A to party B, the interest is what is he bringing back to the Igala kingdom. Whether Mr. B has stayed far in party A and has not moved, and he feels threatened by the introduction of Mr. B into his party, it is not about him. Any leader who thinks about himself first before thinking about the people is not worthy to be called a leader. And now, going straight to, in another way to answer your question, let me use MURI as an example. Remember in my third podcast here, when we diluted the podcast of Edward, I told our audience that I called MURI and I advised him not to leave APC, that he should remain in APC, remain at the national level, and then get somebody. I also went ahead to also tell you that I also advised Edward to remain as the chief of staff and not to go remove Achuba to take over Achuba's position, or better still, bring somebody to take over from Achuba. But because it is about me, the self, MURI left his party and went to SDP. Edward left his position as chief of staff to Yaya Bello and went and took over as the deputy governor's position of his own brother Achuba. But we have gone past that area now. Where we are now is, you see, just for the past 10 days now, insult upon insults on social media, and those who are insulting the camp of MURI, like I said on my social media handle, my Facebook handle, they were with MURI
while
in 2023 when MURI left. They were the one that even encouraged MURI to leave APC to come and fight the Igala battle. So is it because Muri was not able to get that position that he's sick for himself or for his people? Is that why he has now turned to an instrument of insult to those who were with him in that political party? Now, the question now is that if Muri had won that election, would they be insulting him if he had moved from SDP to APC as a governor of Kogi State? Or now that Muri is in allegedly trying to come back to APC, if by political realignment, political interest and political calculation, he decides, you don't know. One thing we, the followers, must know is that while you are on social media writing and basking in the euphoria of your fantasy, you don't know what those political calculators are doing behind. Will you be surprised now if Muri and Yaya Bello are in the same camp? It may not be possible, but it is also possible. What if tomorrow you hear, like we are hearing, that Faleke may come out? If it is true, what if Faleke now decide to pick, what was his name? Muri as a running mate? All those insulting Muri for planning to come back now to APC. Would they continue insulting him? If truly the reason for his coming, or for the reason for him is, but the question is this: why are they angry? Because Muri is coming back to APC.
Okay, now let me ask you, is it proper for Muri at this time, as somebody who contested as governorship candidate of SDP and the strongest opposition, if not the strongest opposition in Kogi State currently, to defect, leaving your followers, your massive followers behind, and jump from your party to another at this crucial moment? But because there are people who are hanging on his own personality and popularity to contest in the forthcoming election, and now he wants to leave the party to another.
What is the nearest election in Kogi State right now?
That is the presidential and the House of Representatives.
And the Senate, National Assembly. Yes. Good and fine. If Muri contests for National Assembly and he wins, does that stop him from contesting for governorship after in November 2027?
Yeah, but this is the party that fought you in just about 2 years ago. It is coming back to join.
It is realignment. It is realignment. Look at Kano State, for instance. Look at how Kwankwaso stood to fight for Abba Gida to become the governor of Kano State. Today, Abba is going back to APC. Look at Osun State, PDP. But of course, that of PDP, we know that anybody that wins under the platform of PDP is just incurring legal action for himself, unnecessary legal action. Look at Osun State, for instance. He tried to go to SDP, they blocked him. He tried to go to which other party, they blocked him, until now he is in Accord. Even that Accord, it has been divided into 2 factions now. So it has to do with realignment. Right now, what is even, okay, look at what happened day before yesterday. Like I gave as an example, Atiku's son leaving his father in ADC to go to PDP. It is realignment. It is normal, but the point there should be that no matter what you are doing, no matter what you are going, the interest of the people should be the reason why you are defecting or why you are staying back.
All right, we'll take a very short break now. We'll be right back, and when we come back, the discussion will continue. Please stay with us. Welcome back. My name is Dan Sofo Jr. and this is What Now. I'm here with Christopher Sunday and we are still talking about Kogi politics. Let me ask you further. How do you think, what are the common reasons why people defect? I think you said that in our early discussion. But again, how can followers, supporters be carried along while trying to defect? It's very important that you put them into consideration while you try to serve as a leader.
It will be an aberration.
Yes.
If at all this rumor, I am not Muri's friend, I am not his political associate. I have never worked for Muri before. But it will be an aberration that from what we've seen about the political exploits of Muri, for him to have taken a decision without discussing with the people that were with him in SDP or that are with him in SDP. Okay. But again, you see, there is this unnecessary entitlement mentality with a typical Igala person. If, for instance, you are handling Muri's media on Facebook and Twitter, you are not part of his inner caucus. If you are one of those that follow Muri to campaign in all these places they did bagidi, Yes. It doesn't qualify you to be one of Muri's inner caucus. It's just like an SSA. Because the Ododo has picked you an SSA, you are seeing yourself as one of the inner caucus. When in three months you have not even seen the gate of the government house. Talk more of entering into the chamber of the governor's office. So this unnecessary entitlement mentality, see, all of us, we have a role, both the leader and the follower. There must be that respect. Your own is, okay, is he moving? Okay, if you have no reason to move,
Yes.
or if you have another candidate you want to support, you do not insult your former leader because you have a new candidate. The most important thing is that your new candidate, is he ready? Are you also ready? If tomorrow this your new candidate finds himself in party D, will you also come out to insult him like you are insulting Mori now? So it calls for political maturity, like I am saying. You don't need to insult somebody because he has chosen to go the way he wants to go as a political animal.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So if you are no longer with Muri in his movement, in his quest to go back to APC, it does not give you right to start insulting him. But again, I understand that those who are hostile to the coming back of Muri to APC now was simply because of the way, or it's simply because of the way those who were around him at the 2023 election, the way they emotionally stood against those who were in opposition in APC.
Oh, I get the point.
Do you understand? But it doesn't call for unnecessary political hostility.
But do you think Muri will outshine or overshadow some of those who are in APC now if eventually return to the APC?
Like I wrote in my Facebook, you see, one of the backlash I'm going to have after the podcast is that people may start misunderstanding my statement. If you have listened to my analysis, be it on mainstream media or my articles, you will see that I hardly take side. I only give my analysis based on facts and based on what I think will happen. For instance, at this point in time, it should be a collaboration that has the greatness or the economic viability of the Igala kingdom in the heart of every political office seeker. We have so many of them. Idris HK is there. If I am not mistaken, from the beginning of 2025 down to this present moment, this week that is ending today, if Idris HK has not spent money on how to give social amenities to the people of Igalala, he must have spent close to 300 million naira.
Okay.
You will go there, you will see it tangibly. Muri himself has also done his own part. Maybe because he's not in the political, prior to the last election, he goes about giving people 5 million, 10 million. Don't forget the flood.
Yes.
That took Ibaji, Basa, and all that. So there, and then the street lights in Nida, and then the generator that was stolen by some persons in Radio Kogi or Charger and all that. So both of them, they have done well. We also have people who are doing it because of their religious belief. They have decided to keep quiet. One of them is QS Aminu Abubakar Suleiman. Is a Muslim that if you even ask him, maybe from what I heard, when he goes for a function, let's say wedding ceremony, he prefers to give you money, you the celebrant, money behind. It can be maybe 10 million, 20 million, but he doesn't find it that because he's contesting for political position, he comes now be spraying for them to say, Dankadede. So when you ask him, he will tell you whether I win election or not, when I'm in my grave tomorrow, will you be there to judge, will you beg God on my behalf? So what am I trying to say? Irrespective of whatever political what's it called? Party you belong to, the person you are supporting, the focal point should be that what are we going to gain or what are we going to take home? And that is why I have problem with our present crop of SC and SSF from Igala Kingdom. I will give you an example. Nihi is about 37, 38 years now. Nihi has a foundation. Nihi has bought about this 2025 that just passed. I'm aware that he bought almost 6 motorcycle for empowerment. He bought laptops. He's an asset to the governor. He bought rice. He distributed money for Christmas for widows and all that. He employs people to into his NGO. That is one. We have this girl, what's her name now? The one from the one that they say she led the protest.
What's her name?
Well, that led the recall of was
Natasha.
of Natasha, the one that took those Ghana must go. Look at what she did recently for our people. And do you know those guys?
Charity.
It just what's her name? Yes, these people, they even have way to even talk to the governor one-on-one for him to see. She took transformer to her people. What she does, she took transformer to her people, to her village. Now, I want you to answer me.
What is it?
What is the impact of the AC and the SSA from the Igala kingdom? The only thing we see is people coming. By the time they receive salary, the next thing we see is where they sit down to discuss and they can eulogize or praise the government officials, and they try to look for a way to also get money to maybe live a bragado kind of life that does not suit them or they cannot even maintain. So it doesn't matter the office that you are holding. What matters is that what are you bringing to your people? How many of the SC and SSA in Kogi State now paying school fees of offers in Igala land?
Okay, with what is happening now currently between supposed intending contestants or aspirants of political parties, especially within the Igala extraction, those that are rumor to have preparing to come out. What do you have to say to their supporters, especially on the social media? You see somebody of A, countering that of B and C without any cogent reason. So what advice do you have for them to, as Igala, we are Igala before politics. Exactly. What advice do you have for them, basically?
I have always told, like I said in my third podcast with you here, I said the problem with a typical Igala politician or rich man is the people that surround them, or the people that they surround themselves with. Sorry. So, in other words, if you, for instance, were a media handler of a politician, your responsibility is to tell people why they should think about him, why they should think towards him.
Yes. Not creating unnecessary.
There is a particular guy that is always around this, allegedly, one of those guys that is trying to contest for
office.
Political Senate. And I told him, in fact, one of those guys around Idris HK. I've told Idris HK one-on-one in Gwarimpa. I said, Idris, call this guy to order. Yes, some of the things he does is not in your name, but for the fact that they always see him around you, it's like whatever he does,
it's coming from you.
It's coming from you, because you have not come out to debunk it, because you don't even have time to come out to debunk it. But in other words, what am I trying to say? What you owe your political leader, the one you believe in that can give us dividends of democracy in Igala Kingdom, is for you to tell the people, this is why you are with him. This is what he has done. This is what he's coming to do. This is what I have known him for. This is his capability. This is an educational background. And he has that courage, that power, that intellectual mindset to lobby at the floor of the House National Assembly.
So do you have any media aid doing all of these things you have mentioned from the Igala Axis? Do you have any media aid to any person that you know that is doing all of this that I've mentioned?
See, let me tell you in all sincerity, all the media aids that surrounds our politicians, both the ones serving, the ones that have served, and the ones that are aspiring to serve, all of them are reactionary. There is no proactive media aid. The only media aid, no, he has never been a media aid, but the only media person, or let me say 2 media persons that I know are very, very proactive if you engage them, is Ajogu Jeremiah Ochada. If you engage him, he doesn't even have time for trivialities. He will just sell his candidate out there. Another person is, of course, a veteran journalist now, Harold Spice. That is another person. Outside these 2 persons, every other media person is a very, very reactionary person. It's like he's waiting for somebody to talk against his boss. Then the only way he can sell himself to his boss is by insulting people. But you don't know that the more you insult people, the more they see your boss as somebody who is not even refined. I have handled somebody's media aid before. But again, every morning I wake up, the Facebook I created for him, within 2 weeks, I already got him about 7,000 followers. because I wake up every morning. I'm a philosopher. I already know the mindset of the person I was working for. I already know the mindset of his followers. And so I know what I put out there that will endear him to people. It's not when maybe they say that or when they see it. See, let me tell you. Yes, money is politics, but it is not everything.
And money cancel.
It wasn't money that made MURI to put a fight against a sitting governor. Yes. It was because he was accepted. So as a media aide, what you are supposed to do is to do those things that will make your candidate be accepted. And general advice to my Igala brothers and sisters on social media. I have said it before. You don't need insult to sell your candidate. You only need intelligence. Have you sat down one day to really sit down to write an article about your candidate? Ask all of them. Those are beside with MURI, those with HK, those with every other person. Ask them if they even know the agenda that they are of their boss right now. Somebody wrote on social media or Facebook recently. He said the only loyalty a typical Kogi what's it called? Follower or loyalist knows is when money keeps on flowing. The day money stops flowing, that day, that loyalty comes to an end. And it doesn't work that way. As I'm looking up to somebody like Ruben Abati, Ngulere, this guy that was removed from Tinubu's this thing. I'm not even looking at Bayo. Bayo as a veteran media person now. I'm not looking at him because he is also reactional. He is too emotional. And you cannot be a successful media person if you are too reactional and emotional. Do you know that most times you can win a battle if somebody insults you and you decide to clap down on that insult for you to answer the person the way you should understand? Yeah. Do you understand? So media, it is not even about media. It is all about as a people that you have this phone and you have data, and you are in a network area, should also give you an opportunity to know that whatever you are posting represents you, not just you represent your family. If you're a married man, it represents your wife and your children. Right. It represents your family.
As at our time is fast spent and we're getting close to the end of discussion, I want to quickly ask you, what practical steps can politicians, especially the message they can send to their followers in order to discourage political hostility, especially in Igala Kingdom?
Like I told you, any politician that has followers that are prone to raining insults on people, that politician is indirectly supporting the behavior of his supporters, because until he comes out to debunk it, we'll see it as something that is emanating from his camp. So my advice to them is that if you are serious with what you are looking for, advise the people that surround you to pay attention to the quality of what you are looking for, and not how do you call it? And not go out there. This person wants to come back to our party because he wants to come and take over our position. Finish him. Let people know that he is this. Let people know that he's that. Guy, see, you don't even know. Politics is evolving every day. Who would have told you that one day Buala Daniel will be a spokesperson to Tinubu? Who would have told you that one day Reno Mokri will be an ambassadorial nominee by Tinubu? Ronnie went as far as going to Chicago to go and verify if Tinubu was indicted for drug-related issues. And he came back and told people that they should even draw the blood of Tinubu to test that there is cocaine moving in his blood. Today, he has got Reno Mokri back. Reno Mokri has been working, using his money to work for Tinubu. Now he has given, I heard that they may ask him, they may give him, he may go to Canada as an ambassador. Daniel Buala, you know, we still have about 4 ministerial positions. He's there trying everything to make sure that they give him UK as an ambassador. I'm very, very privy to all those information, but at times we keep quiet because people see us as if we don't have information. So if people like this can insult Tinubu and they come back to work with Tinubu, it means you that is insulting MURI today. Remember that you were with MURI yesterday. You can still come back to work with MURI tomorrow. If you are with Idrisima today, Idrisima may decide tomorrow to leave APC. What if he's denied ticket and decide to go to ADC? What if before that election, both of them won't pick maybe Idrisima picks ADC, Muri picks Labour Party, just like a backup? Are you going to be disappointed that they did all those things? No, those are all political gimmicks that you should understand, that you don't have the privilege and understanding the privilege to have those information for now. But you should respect and follow the footsteps of your political leader if truly and sincerely you believe in him.
All right, thank you so much. This is how far we can come on What Now at this time. Thank you so much for coming, Christopher Sunday. Until next time, we'll get to bring another person for other discussion. My name is Damsufo Usman Jr. This is What Now, and don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share, and most importantly, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, bye for now.